Namaskar, Adab, Sastriyakal. Welcome to Harita's conversation. Today's program is very special because you can see two smiling faces joined with me, and we are sharing, celebrating millions of that kind of smiles come after doing the volunteering work. So today we are celebrating thousands and billions volunteers across the world because today is International Volunteers Day. And my all the wishes to all the volunteers whosoever is contributing a tiny bit towards the society. Let's celebrate their efforts. So today the two volunteers with me, they are from the Sydney Community Group. So as you know, they are based in Sydney, doing good for the Sydney Community Group, but it is not limited only to the Sydney or not to these people. And we have the President Indu Harikrishna with us and Vice President Vaibhavi Joshi. Welcome you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Harita.
So let's start with you. Let me try to, justify this year's theme because when we hear volunteer now for our common future, it's very easy. When we hear, it's like, yeah, what's new? But Vaibhavi, if I ask your comment, how do you think, or what is your comment about this year's theme? Because it's very, very important because we are coming out or somewhere in between still with the COVID pandemic.
First of all, I would say thank you so much, Harita. And I hope everybody knows that today is actually International Volunteer Day. So I would like to wish, first of all, everybody a very happy and great International Volunteer Day. And being a writer and motivational speaker as well, I always say one thing very loudly that we all owe to the society and we should really give back to the community where possible and feasible. And I'm sure you yourself as well, Harita, know that doing a volunteer work is absolutely not an easy task, and especially for a lady or for a mom myself as well. And as you talk about Sydney Community Group, so if I probably talk about that a little later, but first, as you mentioned, this year 2021 theme is that volunteer now for a better common future. So I guess like this is a very high time where we should all come together and do some solid and concrete work, especially as you mentioned after this COVID pandemic, and it has affected many lives in all the various ways. So I guess we are obviously one of them too, and we have tried our best. Sydney Community Group has always tried, regardless of any nationality or anything, we have tried to do our best. But I would say probably if our president Indu can shed some more lights on what SCG is all about and what we actually do, I think she would be able to justify SCG more.
Yes,
Uh,
of course. I would like that. So thanks for that comment, what you think. But Induji, because your role as a president, you have lots of burden kind of thing, not a burden, but it's an enjoyable burden kind of thing. How do you think this year's theme align with the motto and the work of the SCG?
okay. See, thank you, Harita, first of all, for inviting us. I think the future generation or the future, it lies within the younger volunteers. And I think as adults, we have to show a way for them how to lead the community in a better way. And volunteering is one such thing for them to understand better and take it forward. Like, say, for example, they don't have to have the particular skill to do something on a professional level, but they can always come out as a volunteer and try to learn the skill, which will empower them, which will make them to move forward in a better way. So I think for a better future, yes, volunteering is the best thing, and that is what SCG is all about. Trying inspiring the community is our motto, which means just come out. Okay, like, say, for example, even in the pandemic, just picking a call to someone and saying a hello is something, a way you came out and inspired the community. Yes, I'm there, I'm here to listen to you and support you. So that is the future. So that is what we are trying to say. We are not for only for ourselves, we are for everyone. And it's not just always the same faces to have to come and do anything. It has to be everyone. Every single person has that responsibility to come out and do it and inspire the community and change the lives. And that can be done only purely by volunteering. And I strongly believe in that. And I encourage every single woman or every single human to come out and even consider volunteering as one of their, what to say, something to be added like in their CV. Yes, I'm a volunteer. Be proud to say that you are a volunteer. If your CV don't have that word, I'm not a community volunteer, you're still missing something in your life. So that's all I have to tell, and that is the motto of SCG. And in that way, I'm really proud to say we have at least 90 women volunteers, all new faces to the community.
Wow,
New
that's so
faces to the community.
amazing.
Yeah, so that's how we inspire them. Thank you.
So you start inspiring, you have a good number of the professionals coming together, lending the hands one way or the other way. How the journey began, how this group come together? Is it old group? It is a new group? It is a middle-aged group? Like, it's a baby one? Just share the journey of the group.
Okay. To be honest, SCG is just 1 year old now. We st-
Oh,
it's just 1 year old, and actually, this group was an initiative in the middle of the pandemic,
uh-huh.
especially to support women in crisis, even to meet their basic needs for sanitary products.
Oh,
Okay. But what happened was we were not traveled from one place to another to support one another.
yeah.
So we have to talk to our own network of friends, pass the message telling them, see, we are collecting sanitary products. Okay. You collect it and keep it with you. We will come and collect it from you, or we can donate to the nearest center where that is going to be helpful for that particular women, especially if they are affected by DV, domestic violence,
Yeah.
homelessness. So that's how this journey started. So in
Mhm.
that way, we created and we identified women, our own friends. Like the network started growing in every single suburb of Sydney. So
Hmm.
when they say only 5 kilometer radius you can travel, of course I can't even cross my boundary because I'm in Blacktown. I can't go to Penrith. I can't go to Cherrybrook, or I can't go to Liverpool. I
Yeah.
can't even go to Parramatta.
But when we
Okay.
lend hands or when we join hands, we can do
Yeah.
whatever we want to do.
Yes,
So,
please. So that's the journey of SCG, and from there, you won't believe it has become like we created like a model. Okay,
mhm.
every single suburb, let them have their own set of volunteers and let them start doing so that they avoid travel time.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, of course. See, any woman, when she's avoiding travel time itself, and if she's happy to do from her own space, she's always happy because at the end of the day, still she has other chores to do.
True.
So that's how this journey began, and we are proud to say we are 1 year old, and we are also ACNC registered, which is a
Ah,
milestone. Like in 1 year, yes, we are ACNC registered as a not-for-profit charity organization, and so we have involved in a lot of fundraisings also, like Biggest Morning Tea for the Cancer
mhm.
Council. So in that way, we did 6 biggest morning teas.
Oh, okay.
Again,
I'll just interrupt you, Induji, here. We'll talk about this because it's very interesting because generally the high teas and the cancer council thing, it's like, it is considered it is for the certain class of people and not for the ordinary kind of thing. It's just the perception, it's wrong perception. Before I go there, we were talking like, the SCG started during the pandemic, and one of the very important program was tea time thoughts. Vaibhavi, I would like to ask you, what is this whole program? Because it was very important. What was the thing covered? Because if somebody missed out, they can go back to the Facebook and they can still see it was important program in the series, very informative. If you can throw some lights on that program or on that initiative.
See, actually, how Induji said, like we pretty much started during the pandemic, and so when me and Induji were talking about that, though we can't do anything face to face right now, but then we thought at least we should do something during the lockdown as well, because as she said, like there were many people suffering, and people sometimes lack of the information. So me and Induji came up with this idea called Tea Time Thoughts, and we were really glad that all our proud supporters and everybody really encourage us. And I was able to pretty much, along with few other volunteer as well, we were able to pretty much interview most of the counselors, mayor, and a lot of other group experts from various different fields, whether it's the entertainment industry, whether it's the say real estate industry, whether like we have tried to touch almost all the various aspects so that people can. It was, I'm sure, Harita, you know that this when the lockdown started here, it was very difficult because it wasn't expected that suddenly we will go in this long lockdown.
Yeah,
So
true.
that's the reason, like we decided that let's do something informative where people know what to do, how to stay positive was the main motto of this tea time thoughts, because it
Mm-hmm.
was affected. Everybody was affected in one or the other way. Like
Yeah.
some can't pay rent, some have their business still running, but
Mm.
they can't go, they can't operate. Local businesses were suffering, and every individual, like especially moms, being a professional mom, it was hard for me as well to work at the
Good
same time
balance.
taking care of kids, right?
True.
So we tried all our best to come up with every session. Like we picked some very high, expected our guest speaker, I would say, and the biggest, if I have to say, highlight was that we were fortunate enough to interview the multicultural NSW chair, Dr. Harinath ji, as well. That was a very special session hosted by Shri Kumud Mirani ji. So, as you said, people can always go back on our Sydney community group, and each session will offer something different, some different perspective. Because if Induji is saying something, she will bring along her perception. If you are saying something, Harita, you have your own perception. So that's
True.
how we have more than pretty much 4 months, you can say August, September, October, and November. 4 months we have run every Sunday between 3 to 4. We have run this session. So you can imagine, on an average, we have interviewed more than 16, 17 guests around the city.
True, true. So that's what it's a very it's a very famous Hindi thing. हम तो अकेले ही चले थे बेखबर लोग मिलते गए और कारवा बनता गया. It's somewhere like that. We just started our baby steps, and the people come together, and we form a group which is very passionate to do something towards the community. So, Indra, I'll come back to you because that was during the pandemic. There was a very initiative, but the list is so long because you also been honored as a New South Wales community organization, volunteer community organization. So let's talk about the projects. You also mentioned very important project, which was Cancer Council.
Yeah.
Generally, when we talk about the fundraising and the cancer, people is like, who cares kind of thing. In those scenario, when you say it was very important, I would like to point out some other projects which may be equally important, but somewhere they are not coming in light. And also, if you can share, what are the challenges you often come across when you want to do, because volunteering is not easy task. It needs constant efforts, constant persistent work, group coming together and doing whatever is required. So, what are the challenges and what are the programs?
See, as a volunteer, challenge is always finding the resource, correct resource, and their valuable time. Okay, so when we get those two coming together, yes, of course, whether it is a 10-minute project or it is a 10-hour project, it can be successful. So that's my perception of any volunteer task. So when I say example, I can tell was biggest morning tea itself. Okay,
Yeah.
because we started in
Ah.
May 2021. It was a two. It was sorry. It was started in April and it went until June. It was actually, so we planned for, we committed to the cancer council, okay, we will try to get it in 5 biggest morning teas. And
Okay.
this was our first year also,
Hmm.
because
True.
we know we were in the middle of the pandemic, but something told us, yes, we can still stick to the restrictions and we can still get it done. So
Oh, okay.
we started, and yes, every single suburb, like say for example, we did in Maryland's one, and
Mm-hmm.
we did in Cherrybrook, and we did it in Blacktown. So, and we did it in Wentworth Point. So it's like a kind of, we try to cover every single council.
Yes.
So the awareness is widespread through the councils, like, like covering.
Hmm.
So even we did a video, like a story, like we call that as tea times tale story. Okay.
Hmm.
So it was also again supported by a volunteer. So it was like a kind of, I would like to say at least 1,000 people were involved.
Yeah.
Every single suburb we had people, 1,000 people. So it's not easy. It has to be
True.
constantly communicated, and we need to follow the process and protocols to get it done. Because at the end of the day, we are addressing to a charity, and when people donate to us, when I say donate to us, we always create a direct link with the charity. So we need
Hmm.
the credibility also and the trustworthiness also to the community. So we were
Yes.
successfully able to make all the six. Even the
Hmm.
sixth one at Balcom Hills, we were not able to do it face to face, but still the donations came in from them telling, because again the lockdown started. So we were not able to get it done face to face, because it was from a dance school. They said, no,
Hmm.
we can get
True.
minimum 500 students to support, but we were
Ah,
not able to get that done, but
done.
still the
Yeah.
donations came in. So that is what I feel, when the right resources, when the right people understand and put their trust on us, yes, we can do anything. And that was the magic, and that was the magic in the pandemic. I think humanity exists, and everyone understood, yes, we need to give a support hand to each other. And I think that's how I found you also, Harita. I have to accept the fact. Yeah, so the whole team is like that. So I say, there is a challenge, but at the same time, humanity wins.
Yes,
Do
humanity wins, and you use a perfect word. It's like a magic when you contribute something, even the tiniest thing. And let me remind all the audience that Induji just gave a glimpses or a tiniest thing what they are doing. There are more than 70 projects being done, successfully conducted on the different field, different area, different community group, different things. So you can go there. The link I'm keep scrolling down. Go to the Facebook page, check it out.
yeah,
Now the question comes is if somebody wants to get in touch with you,
yeah.
how they can get in touch with you if they want to do the tiniest of the thing.
See, they can always call our national toll number 1-300-983-222, and
Mm-hmm.
they can reach to us in that way. And they can also email us info@sydneycommunitygroup.com.au, and they can register with us. And see, the good thing is, still we don't charge any membership fees, because we
Yeah.
believe a volunteer's time is more precious than the money they give for us. Because at the end of the day, still volunteers support us with their generous donations and their generous time also. So
Oh, that's wonderful.
so
So
far that's how it is going. Yeah.
yes, so also you can go to the Facebook,
Yes.
visit their Facebook page. You can get also touch with the Facebook page, follow it, like it, share it, subscribe it, whatever
No,
you can do, just do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
not just Facebook page, Harita,
Yeah.
because we are in the digital world. So we do have Instagram page, we do have Twitter, and we do have LinkedIn also. So kindly please follow us in all the pages, because that's what pandemic, that's how we were able to reach the community, because it was completely digital. I won't say even we went into the field a lot. Rather than going into the field, we reached everyone digitally.
Yeah.
We made them to create that awareness digitally. So
Yeah.
I it's so nice to see, like, I think that's why people also came up, a lot of women and lot everyone came forward to support. Okay, even we I can become a volunteer, even if I give a little a video clipping, in spreading an awareness. So when they were appreciated, they want
Yep.
to do more. So
And I think
that's
like word
the
of mouth
person
is
we
the
did.
best. Like that's how we were able to get a lot of volunteers as well. So even if like you see any of us, feel free to get in touch with us as well. Like we are always there to help. You know.
Yep. Sorry, I'm interrupting all both of you. I got so much of the comments and the response, and I could not, got in between because I didn't want to, disrupt the conversation what we were having. So thank you, Nishal. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you, Nisha. Thank you, Naisha. Thank you, Daksha, and as always, thank you, Virajman, for your constant support. I hope you can also join this group and do some contribution. Before we end, what if I can ask you, because President and Vice President is here, I don't want to miss this opportunity. Can you give us any hint what's coming up? Because we are almost at the end of this year, and the next year come with the new hope, new aspirations, and some new projects. Can you just give some
Indu
hint?
would be the best to shed some light on the upcoming thing. She has a
Yes,
great vision.
because you
Yeah,
both are here, I can't miss this chance to say what's there. I don't want the food, but some hint if you can give.
yeah, even we are excited because we just want to see everyone face to face. There is an event coming in February from Sydney Community Group. It is a solidarity event in
Mhm.
support with Afghan community.
Oh.
Yeah. So we are involved in a lot of projects in support with them.
Mhm.
And the news will be already the event is announced. It is going to happen on February 27th,
Uh-huh.
2022 at Paravilla Lounge. And the background work is going on, and the team is working on it. And it's a big team. It's a big team actually came forward to support, and they are all working on it. More news will be coming out, so please keep an eye on our social media pages, and please do support us. And it's basically we want to integrate with the mainstream community, and just do whatever possible, because we are owing to this country, because we live in
True.
such a beautiful multicultural country, and we want to really give it back. And we should be proud enough to say that, yes, we are able to do a little bit, because today I read there are 4.9 million volunteers.
Hmm.
It's not an
True.
easy number.
True.
And yes, but that is an integral part of the nation
Our
or
nation.
country. Like, yeah. So let us keep doing what we can do, even if it is a 1 minute or 1 hour or more than that.
Cool.
Keep supporting and volunteering. Yeah.
True. So if you guys, whosoever is there watching this live or will watch it at the recorded after we post it on the different social media platforms, please do contact us. Please try, join, support us for the upcoming project, because new year, new beginning, new hopes. We can do something new, or we can create some new magical thing. So thank you so much, Induji and Vaibhavi, for joining me. Wish you all the best, and wish you all the best for all the work you are doing. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so much,
Sarita.
Harita.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. Thank you.